When you face good opponents who uses all the mechanics in a very disciplined way, it seems so hard to break them down, but as an attacker you have to figure out a way of breaking them, so this is where the wing play comes into force, your opponent to drag out his players from their positions. So let's look at the attributes of good wing play, and how you can use them properly. Before looking at anything else, you have to know what you will do after successful building up your way into the opponent's final third. It's like having a planned idea, or routine, every time you reach your target, and we know in FIFA 22, getting the ball to your striker in the box is the way of creating more threat. You can either look for an extra pass, or find the open shooting angle. I know this looks complicated, but you will understand when you watch until the end of the video. So when you get the ball to your striker from the wing, oftenly you will have that player waiting for the pass, so you have two options, either turn and shoot, or get a pass to him. If the opponent tries to cover one, then take the other. Even if you can't shoot, try dribbling safely while making quick turns until your opponent opens up that pass. It's something hard to defend against, especially when you're playing on the next generation console. Now you can figure out some ideas, and you have a target. But before getting the ball to your striker, how do we break the opponent's defense from the wing? As we all think that playing on the wing is all about sprinting every time, but you have to know when to sprint, and when you should keep slow, so every time you have space in front and there's no opponent's player to press you, drive into it as far as you can, as this makes your team to move forward, and less time for the opponent's defenders to reposition back. You stop when the opponent is having a player in front, or when you spot a deadly pass, but this is just something obvious. In some case the opponent's player might be a distance far from your player. Here you sprint a little bit and turn away. When the opportunity arises you can get a driven pass to your striker, especially if he position himself well inside the box, but when building up using triangle passing format is the best way to unlock opponent's defenders. This gives you the unpredictability element in your passing, and you cannot get out of options because you're always visioning multiple passes at a given time, which gives your opponent hard time to mark all your options. And you can try quick fast passing fashion, as it's a nightmare to defend especially weak opponents. If you can control the pace of the game then you can dominate the wing, and doing so you have to know how to control your player movements, either off the ball, or on the ball such that you cannot lose out options. First you have to know how to call your players to come and receive the ball. And to do so you have to tap the R1 on PlayStation, then you flick the left analog towards the direction where the player you want to come is, you press both buttons at the same time. Then sending your players forward to create a through pass opportunity to counter your opponent, sending your teammate forward you tap L1 and flick the left analog towards his direction, then he will start running forward, so wait until he's on the same lane with the last defender. Then trigger a through pass, which many cases it will leave you one-on-one with the keeper, then sending the player you're controlling, you pass the ball while holding the L1. Smart opponents will track those runs by themselves, which means they won't be pressing your player, so just dribble into the space they left. To master wing play you have to at least beat the opponent's fullback 5 times in a game, and to do so you have to use anything you got in your arsenal. Something like speed boost can do a job for you, ball roll, but this is not enough when you face tough opponents, so you have to learn advanced skill moves like the normal elastico and the reverse elastico. You mix these skills plus the unpredictability, like faking dribbles to fool your opponent to commit to the wrong side. You have to keep your opponent guessing by being unpredictable, so you don't have to beat his fullback every time. Sometimes you have to recycle the ball. By doing so you have to be with a target as we talked about at the beginning of the video, let me show you one of my recycling pattern to get the ball to my striker and find that extra pass or shooting angle. So when I reach this position, I want to either pass to any available player in the box if is open, if not I will try looking for my players outside the box, so I make quick fake dribbles to see which pass the opponent opens up. So in case he opens up the lane towards my outside player, I pass to him and I look for one of my strikers, then this pass will always be available if you use the formation with 2 strikers, I make quick play passes and I score. It's the same pattern both wings, but remember there's no perfect plan, sometimes this pass will not be available for you, so you have to keep on moving the ball further the pitch until your opponent opens up, take as much time as you want. Let me leave you with these clips and see what I'm talking about, so enjoy the clips, I'm out.
Thiago, Mbappe, Luka Modric, Thiago, Modric, and a goal to save! And opting for the short corner. Modric. This is Varane. Luka Modric. This attack looks highly promising. Options in the middle. It should be. There it is. Well, great read there to intercept.